Hello, I'm Suzy Rowland and I'm going to share with you a poem today from my book, my first ever published book, self-published poetry collection, Songs of My Soul. And I've been meaning to read some stuff from this book for ages, but I've been very embroiled, deeply focused on the work I'm doing around neurodiversity in education. But I love poetry, and it is a kind of shorthand for so many emotions. And as we've just finished ADHD Awareness Month, I thought it would be appropriate to read a poem and try and get my words out in the right order. Read a poem for you today, which is very personal to me, and it's called Bed's Too Big. She slept in an unmade bed, strewn with clothes, papers, uneaten fruit. The absence of a cat, dog or lover in her bed was compensated by the pile of things on it. Or was she just untidy? Sick of life's requirements for order and regimentation, a messy bed, a pathetic act of rebellion, a lonely act of defiance, for no one witnessed it but her. The weight of those books, the clothes, unread articles, keys, and other fragments of her feminine jigsaw provided a sense of comfort as she drifted towards sleep. For how could she be alone when her bed was weighted down with pieces of a busy life in motion? The reason I'm reading that one in connection with ADHD Awareness Month, which has just finished, and actually, yes, it has its own month, but actually ADHD is with you. It's there, it's part of you. It's part of how you think and how you experience the world, and how you live within it and in your personal environment. And this poem, Bed's Too Big, I write about this unmade bed strewn with things and being weighted down with books and all this paraphernalia of life. And that's something that I think people with ADHD can relate to, because of that sense of feeling basically lost at sea and being all over the place and not being able to feel grounded. So you have that requirement to have all your things around you, and it may be described as messy or disorganized, but for you it's something that gives you a sense of security, knowing where your stuff is, and it may be all around in your bedroom or on the floor, but it gives you a sense of security and a sense of being anchored to something. And it's something a lot of people struggle with in terms of chaos and disorder and being disordered in their thinking. But I like to turn it on its head and look at it as a positive, and saying that through all of that chaos and disorder, I was able to write the poetry, which then propelled me further into my writing aims and ambitions, and helped me to focus down from the many into the few. And the few have been words, reading and books. And that's a really strong way of looking at the negative of ADHD and turning it into a positive. So out of that chaos has come a sense of finding what is meaningful. And for me, it was writing, it was words and poetry. So I hope that helps you to understand a bit more about the positive of the ADHD brain and the ADHD way of creating as well. And I hope you enjoyed the poem, and drop me some comments